Good morning to you, sir. Tough morning for all Americans across the country. What are your reflections as Officer Wilbert Mora is going to be laid to rest later today?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. I think I share the same feeling of most or all law enforcement officers across this country, that we're heartbroken and we're angry that this senseless violence continues to happen across this country. And something needs to be done. The political rhetoric needs to stop. We need to have some real sound solutions on a path forward to stop the revolving door, to keep serious violent offenders off the streets, and make our community safe. You know, I glanced at the headlines, and you've reported on some here this morning. But looking at the headlines this morning alone, 2 officers were shot and killed yesterday in Bridgewater, Virginia. Crime is out of control in Houston with multiple police ambushes. And this past week alone, with lax prosecution and revolving door offenders. Carjacking epidemic nationwide, out of control in tourist destinations like New Orleans and D.C. Off-duty New York Police Department rookie shot in attempted carjacking. All of these things, this is the reality. This is where we live. And I'm not sure when Ms. Psaki, when she made her comment about an alternate universe, but this is a universe that most of America lives in. And her words are a stark contrast to the ongoing discussions that the FOP is having with the Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, and its administration. Just this past week alone about escalating crime, stopping a revolving door that allows violent offenders to continue to destroy our communities, and increase public safety.
Yeah, it was the most predictable. This is sadly the most predictable consequence of what was the defund the police, make the police the bad guys. That was the theme in this country as of 2 years ago, up till today. But still, here's Jen Psaki on a podcast, Pod Save America, mocking crime and kind of mocking Fox.
Is Jeanine Pirro talking about soft on crime consequences? I mean, what does that even mean, right? So there's an alternate universe on some coverage. What's scary about it is a lot of people watch that.
So what is your thought? You want an apology from her?
Well, her comments and her attitude for that much it was reckless, insensitive, and it's out of touch with literally thousands of Americans whose lives are forever changed just this last year alone because of senseless and preventable violence. What we need to do is we need to stop talking rhetoric. We need to start talking solutions. Where her comments are doing no good in helping move past this very difficult time in America. This is not a political issue. This is a people issue, and real people are involved, and it has dire consequences for not getting it right.
Absolutely. Patrick, tomorrow the President of the United States is going to come here to New York. He's going to meet with the new mayor, Eric Adams. He, of course, former law enforcement. He ran on Law and Order, although here in New York it looks a lot different than it does in other parts of the country. Ultimately, we believe that he's going to ask the president for more help taking guns off the street. The president's going to say, sure, I can do anything you want. But at the same time, he needs to do something, the president does, to put pressure on Eric Adams, to put pressure on the governor, to put pressure on the Democrats in New York to change this soft on crime approach when it comes to DAs and some liberal judges.
No question. And we've had some very productive, especially in recent weeks, productive discussions with both the Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, and the administration, recognizing this pattern that exists and the need to have some intervention, change what we're doing here, because clearly it's not working. And I feel I get hopeful that we're moving in that right direction, because our conversations in the actions I see getting unfolding now suggest that we recognize that there's a serious problem in this country, and we need to pull together, and we need to get past this. This is not a political issue. Yeah. I assure you, the people, our officers that are out in the street and that are putting themselves in harm's way, they could care less about the politics of it. They took this job because it's important to them to serve their communities. So thank God there's 800,000 men and women who suit up every single day and show up in communities across America and do their job and protect the people that they swore to serve.
Yeah, Governor Hochul says, cut the Manhattan DA some slack. Yeah. Give him a chance. You want to cut Alvin Bragg some slack?
Look, I can tell you what I do know, and it's not just in New York, it's in cities across this country. When we have violent offenders that are taken off the street only to be put back on the street for them to continue their violent actions, well, that is a failed experiment that is causing people their lives and making our communities less safe. So we need to recognize there's nothing wrong with having good, meaningful discussions on how to improve the criminal justice system. In fact, we encourage it, and we're committed to do so. But it can't be at the stake in the safety of our communities and those who have sworn to protect them.
Right. Well, Officer Mora, he's going to be laid to rest today. He was 27 years old. He died in the line of duty, saving other people's lives. He didn't have a chance to get married or have children, but he was an organ donor. So because of that, he's going to allow 5 other people to meet those milestones. Patrick, Yoes, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Very important topic.
Thank you. Thank you.